My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Hearthstone Arena, where we have a request for a shaman and another request for... That's it. That's all we have. One request for a shaman. Looks like that's what we're going to be doing then. Ancestral Spirit is bad. Master Swordsmith is bad. Because obviously if you play it as a 2-drop, it dies to a 2-3 or a 3-2. It can individually be good if it's played in a certain situation, but it takes very specific situations. Ancient Watcher needs to be taunted or silenced before he's actually useful. Ancestral Spirit can be good in the later game, so it's not a 2-drop, is what I'm saying. It's not a 2-drop. Unbound Elemental is really good because it's solid stats, but also if you get things with, Overload, like Lightning Bolt and Forked Lightning or Boulder Fist Ogre. I'll talk about that in a second. One Overload thing makes it amazing. Boulder Fist Ogre is really good late game. Forked Lightning is amazing early game. I think Forked Lightning's actually better. I'll go on record saying I believe Forked Lightning is better. Darkscale Healer is pretty good for healing some of our minions that have a lot more health, like the Unbound Elemental and the Spectral Knight that we're about to pick, just because the other two cards are trash. All of these, pretty bad. Archmage has a chance to be a little bit better. Basically, Archmage is a Yeti that costs 2 more for 2 more health plus spell damage. Is that worth it? Not really, but if I combo it with Forked Lightning or Lightning Bolt, it might be. Voodoo Doctor dies to hero abilities because it has 1 health, so therefore it's worthless, and also having 4 health at the 5 mana point is so low, making the Voodoo Bay Bodyguard less value than it possibly could be in other situations. Silverback Patriarch is a 1-4, those are shitty stats. Naruba Weblord is a 1-4, those are shitty stats. Bluegill Warrior has an immediate effect on the board, he is not a minion. He's a removal spell, a 2 damage removal spell. Undertaker is okay whenever you summon a minion with Death Rattle, so Ancestral Spirit will not trigger Undertaker. Stormwind Champion is really good late game, especially for, a person like a Shaman who's got tokens on the board from their hero power. Feral Spirit is amazing. There's no reason I wouldn't take the Feral Spirit. Now, I can protect the I can use the Feral Spirit to protect the Monetide Totem. That could be really good, but I'm certain to at most points have, totems on the field, so therefore the Defender of Argus is very likely to be worthwhile. Stranglethorn Tiger is really good, Forked Lightning is really good. Which do I think is better? I think it depends, but I think that with the Darkscale Healer, Spectral Knight, Archmage, and Stormwind Champion, I have enough late game for 11 in, so I'm going to take the Forked Lightning there. Ooh, another Forked Lightning. I think the Forked Lightning is super fucking strong, but do I think it's strong enough to pick 3? I mean, they will charge up my Unbound Elemental. I don't think it's strong enough to pick over a Spectral. Do I think it's strong enough to pick over a Spectral? Maybe. Do I think the Acolyte of Pain is good? I mean, I have no card draw so far. I can heal it up with the Darkscale. I can Defender it, which is good because it's a 3-drop into a 4-drop, so... And it's a 3-drop that people will avoid attacking often. So it might be a 2-4 and then make an attack. That's worthwhile, that's pretty worthwhile. It can be buffed up by the Stormwind Champion as well. Spectral Knight sticks to the board very hard. You know what? I'm going to take the Spectral Knight just because I have the Darkscale Healer, so I'm actually going to have the ability to heal them back up, which is actually super valuable. Twilight Drake is really good, unless your opponent has Silence. Azure Drake is always good. Plus it has, the spell damage. Now, I have a lot of Overload in here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Overload cards, right? But Fire Elemental is like the best card. Fire Elemental is like the best card, so... I just felt the need to reiterate myself there for a second. Direwolf Alpha has increased value in this deck because you have those tokens. All of those are bad except for the Darkscale Healer, which is subpar. Lightning Bolt is better than the rest of those, just outright. I have so much spell damage in my early picks that I may pick the Ancient Mage. Because I am low on 4-drops as well, so it's actually... yeah. Yep, I'm gonna do that. Windspeaker is okay. Windspeaker is going to have to be the pick, just because the rest of them are really bad. Earthshock is a silence, and then 1 damage, so it can be really good in certain situations. Is it good enough to be better than another Forked Lightning? Which is an overload as well for Unbound Elemental. I think relying on it being an overload for the Unbound Elemental is foolish. But I have an Ancient Mage, and I have a fucking Archmage, and an Azure Drake, and I'm going to have the hero power for the spell damage as well. Forked Lightning could be really big. I'm gonna actually have to take it. Stormforged Axe is an amazing card. There's no reason not to take it. Hex, because we have no late game removal. I'd love to take that Cult Master, but with this amount of overload, I need to take the Unbound. Warg Infiltrator is really strong early. Flame Tongue Totem is not a 2-drop, and I actually need to shift a little later, so I'll take the Feral Spirit. All of these are bad. All of these are really, really bad. Which of them is less bad? Mana Addict. Just because I might be able to control the board. There's the Bolt of Istoga that I really wanted to take earlier. Shattered Sun Cleric is a really solid 3. Narubar. How many activators do I have in Narubar? I've got a Direwolf Alpha. I've got a Flame Tongue Totem. I have a Shattered Sun Cleric. I have a Defender of Argus, so that's a total of 4 activators. And I have a Stormwind Champion. I actually have a lot of ways to activate a Nerubian Egg. But I have so much spell damage that the Lava Burst is probably way better. This is a very, very solid deck. Our 4s are pretty much the weakest thing that we have. But if we start casting things like, you know, Feral Spirit and, you know, if we overload ourselves, we might be able to skip the 4 in terms of our curve. This is a very solid deck. I would be surprised to go less than 6 wins. So therefore, that is my prediction. 6 wins. Our early game is too much, actually. Which is weird, because Forked Lightning's great. It's amazing. It can be used really well in the early game. But the thing is, I have 3 of them. So, I kind of want to combo them with my, you know, Unbound Elementals and my spell damage. So I might have to play very slowly. Stormforged Axe always stays in the opening hand. It can kill 3 minions by itself. That's crazy. And it just means that I either drop a 2-drop the turn after, which is fine by me, or a totem, and that's completely fine by me as well. All I'm going to really have to worry about here in this Hunter matchup is I do not want to bleed too much. Because if I bleed too much, I, you know, die. Yeah, pop out that eye. Now, I'm not going to develop the Stormforged Axe because we are in Arena, so the possibility of him playing a Acidic Swamp Ooze immediately afterwards is just, it's too much. It's actually way too much. Please be Huffer. Fuck. It's not Huffer. Alright, I'm looking to hit it twice. So if he has an Acidic Swamp Ooze, basically well played to him. I cannot stop that. But if he doesn't, well, we get value. It's looking a lot like we get value. So we can play pretty slow because we have really powerful stuff. We've got the Spectral Knight coming out next turn. Most likely the Spectral Knight coming out next turn. He would have to play something super threatening for me to... Okay, there is nothing he can play now that would stop me from playing the Spectral Knight. Now, Fire Elemental comes out next turn, which means that there's nothing he can play that I can't kill with my weapon, the totem on the board, and the Fire Elemental, which means that I free up the 4/6 to hit the face.
What does the future hold?
I can just straight up kill that with the Fire Elemental. Yep. Okay. So this is really important. He's on turn 6, so the biggest play that he can make right now is a Savannah Highmane. And a Savannah Highmane is it's a beastly card, right? It's 6 mana, 6/5 with Death Rattle summon 2 2/2s, right? So 2 hyenas, and both of the hyenas are 2/2s. How would I want to deal with that? I tend to think that I'd Shattered Sun Cleric my Spectral Knight, run it in, and then Fork Lightning. That's how I'm feeling this would go. Okay, so I'm glad he's used a kill command, because it means that he has 1 less kill command for my face. No, I don't have enough spells in hand to consider the mana type, the mana addict yet. I will, however, clear his board. Given any opportunity to, I'll definitely do that. Okay, 1 spell damage on the field right now. I can buff that to a total of 3 spell damage. So then I can do Forked Lightning for 5 damage to 2 targets. And I can have the Unbound Elemental out while I do that, so I can buff him. So if he summons, you know, 2 targets that I'm really fucking annoyed at, I have the ability to deal with them. So I want to give the spell damage to these 2, because they'll stick on the board, whereas the Searing Totem is going to be traded off at, like, the first opportunity. In fact, it may be traded off this turn. I can't use Forked Lightning now. That's frustrating. Okay, it was Explosive Trap. So I'll tell you what the problem is with the play that I just made. I can kill him next turn. Is that likely? No. I can do it though. It would involve using all of my spells with spell damage, and buffing up the mana addict to a point that his face is just crumbling. Kind of concerned. I'd love him to play a Yeti and just things with 5 health, yes.
Put this apple on your head.
Fuck yes. That should be the end of the game. As far as I'm aware.
Sometimes
I forget things.
Cleanse the Sunwell.
And that's the first game down. So it's all about taking it a little slow, board control, and taking it a little slow. Especially against the Hunter, we were very lucky to be able to take it as slow as we did. So as soon as we get to 4 wins and 0 losses, which I expect to hit 4 wins without a loss. As soon as we get to 4 wins without 0 losses, without any losses, I'll cut to part 2. This deck might just suddenly turn around and tank, so I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna make any very solid plans about it.
fight with honor for Doomhammer.
Okay. I can't believe that I've got the Stormforged axe in my opening hand twice in a row. That's crazy. Like, that's rare. That's not even... Like, I only have 1 of these in my deck, and it's an amazing opener, and I can't believe I've gotten it twice. So is he gonna Hero Power? He would hero power if he didn't have a drop, or if he was possibly scared of the axe. But my hero power is stronger than his. Simply due to the fact that next turn I can use Shattered Sun Cleric to buff this.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Ah, he had a similar idea. Now I can use Forked Lightning instead. Zap.
Handle it.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that has to be a secret that stops me from killing it, right? I'm gonna guess that the secret is Noble Sacrifice. And because of that, instead of summoning the Stormforged Axe and then hitting that, I'm gonna coin out the Spirit Wolves so that unless he has a charge minion, there's nothing that his raid leader can really do. If he's targeting the Wrath of Air Totem, he's thinking about playing the Crazed Alchemist. Because then it switches its health and... Oh, wow! Wow! Really? It's Avenge? So, if it was Noble Sacrifice, it would have triggered when my Spirit Wolf made an attack. But it didn't, so I can tell you that is Avenge. Which means I need to always kill both targets at the same time, or at the very least have a contingency plan for how I'm going to take down the other target. Right now, I don't have a good contingency plan. So, Avenge will give this +2 health. You know what? I can kill that. I can actually do that. So, I'll first kill that, and this gets the Avenge. Yep. Then... Do I want to trade off the other axe? No. Then I'm going to put out the axe. Attack twice. I could have traded off the other wolf to do that as well, but I don't think that was correct. Especially since I can't summon totems on this side of the board. I can only summon them on this side. They always come over to the right side of the board.
Reporting for duty.
Fire Elemental seems really good, doesn't it? It's not, but it seems really good. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Just to develop the Fire Elemental. I mean, it's a super low value Fire Elemental, but it's developed. It's on the board. And that's good enough. Especially since it was so on curve, because I already had the 1 overload. So, with those two Forked Lightnings, without having any card draw on my side, I've basically demolished him in terms of value. So he needs some real big swing to get back in this game. Something like a big Game Hunter would be huge. Something like Humility would be pretty big. Something like Stampeding Kodo would be amazing. All of those and more next time on Dragon Ball Z. Ooh. Ooh, unfortunate.
Reporting for duty.
Greetings.
Friend.
I was considering for a while whether I wanted to play the Direwolf Alpha and use the Flame Tongue Totem to kill it, but the thing is, that opens up the Flame Tongue Totem and the Direwolf Alpha and whatever totem I summon, if I summoned a totem that turn, to a Consecration. Like that. Double consecration? Ooh, no. Alright, he's given up. Well played.
Reporting for duty. The victory.
So 2-0. Very convincing win there. The fact that he had at 2 points, 2 minions with 2 health each out at the same time, and 2 of them were, and very valuable minions at that, and played right into Forked Lightnings that I drew, that's probably what won me the game there. I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna say it was the only thing, but I will say it was basically the biggest of them. Being able to play around that Avenge was also really big. 2-1-1-2-1. Oh boy. Okay, so this is like a constructed opening. What I love is sometimes, rarely, but sometimes it works out that you can coin Unbound into Feral Spirit. And it's crazy when it works out.
Friend.
Sometimes.
I smell.
But yeah, when you play something like that, it basically means that I can't. So I actually can't do 1 direct damage, so he's relatively safe in revealing the Worgen Infiltrator.
I'll show them.
Oh no, that's unfortunate. So, if I coin a Feral Spirit, next turn I will have Overload 2 and I actually won't be able to do anything. So I am going to coin an Unbound Elemental. He can kill it with both of them, that's fine. But then I can play an Unbound Elemental natural as well. Oh, go! Hero power, hero power! Nothing else, just hero power and then makes the trades. Come on, don't fucking play whatever that card is. Hero power, make the trades. Even better would be hero power, don't make the trades. That would be basically the end of your life.
I wonder.
Come on! He's hovering over the hero power so much. It's telling me, he's like, I'm gonna use the hero power here, and I haven't got anything with 1 mana. He's debating it. I think he's debating Animal Companion. No trade? Oh my god. Alright. I can't hope to get out the other Unbound Elemental and then do that. Now, I am gonna make that trade rather than hitting the 2-2, because either of these can kill the 2-2. The only thing that I'm really worried about in that type of situation is the Shattered Sun Cleric. But I don't want him to have his secret out as soon as possible. I would like if he had to wait a little bit for his secret. I am going to make a very audacious guess, and I am going to say that that secret is Explosive Trap, because it's basically the most picked secret in Arena. Explosive Trap and Freezing Trap. So either of those, I'm fine with sending this Spirit Wolf back to my hand. Ooh. That's not good. Oh, okay, so it is Freezing Trap. Thank you. Now you might be wondering, Ryan, why did you not attack with either of them? Answer is simple. If he only plays a card from his hand, I can use the Darkscale Healer to heal up the Unbound Elemental before I hit the Sentient Shieldmaster, and therefore protect it from actually dying in this trade. And I can do that on curve as well. Don't be Hoffer. Don't be Hoffer. Don't be Hoffer. Leok's fine, actually. Don't. You. Ed said, don't. Fuck you. Prick. Alright. I can't kill the Ironbeak Owl in any effective way. So I'll just develop the biggest thing that I can put out right now. There's no reason for me to attack into the 4/3. I just devalue my own card by doing that. So he has some pretty obvious stuff that he can do. I don't really want this. No, I don't like how this game is going. If he kills my totem first, that tells me he doesn't have Unleash the Hounds, and that's really good. That is really important. I have way more cards than him. That's something important to note. I have all of the fucking cards. He has none of the fucking cards. Okay. No Unleash the Hounds. Because you don't, you know, remove one of the hounds. Oh, right. Okay, so that's so you can get the Unbound Elemental. Fine. I am losing a lot of health really quickly. Uh-oh. I have two ways I can do this. They're really risky. So it would be Ancient Mage on this for the Forked Lightning, hoping to hit this. Oh, that's so risky. I have to do it.
Sometimes
Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Oh, yes! Oh my god, that was the biggest hit that it could have done. Because it removed two of them and then let me get through to the Leok. The other play would have been developing the Bolt of Hisoka, but the problem with the Bolt of Hisoka development is I leave so much on his board that I open myself up to surprise lethal. This is fine by me, because I can play the Darkscale Healer next turn, so I can kill that Stampeding Kodo with the Ancient Mage, play the Darkscale Healer, heal it back up. Oh, you're gonna fucking bounce it, aren't you? Oh, it's a Houndmaster. I mean, it's not fine.
my shield for Argus.
It's pretty worthwhile. Okay. At any point that I wish, I can use the Spirit Wolf and Ancestral Spirit to have basically like a mini Sludge Belcher, because it has a Death Rattle, summon a 2/3 taunt. It's a taunt with a Death Rattle that summons a taunt, right? That's what I'm considering. My face is feeling not very healthy right now. It's just like, I need to moisturize or something like that, I don't know. But the face is just not healthy. If he makes no trades, I can Stormwind Champion and make the perfect trades. It looks like he's not going to make any trades. Wow.
Behold the might of Stormwind into the breach.
That's not even perfect, because both of them die.
Where am I?
I'm going to kill that one rather than the 2/4, because I don't believe that he has a way to remove the 1 mana taunt. Well, 1 health taunt. Yeah, I think he has to trade his 2/4 into it. Come on, fucker. Come on. Yes. Okay, so I basically got to get a free card. Basically got a free card there. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna guess that that's Snipe, because it was played preemptively to me putting anything on the board. It's not Snipe. Okay. So I developed a smaller minion so that I can test for Freezing Trap as well. That's a beast, isn't it? Yeah, it is. That's pretty good. Look, Ma. Bigging Scavenging Hyena. Bigging Scavenging Hyena. Wow. That was stupid words. Alright. It worked? You kidding me? Okay. Alright. At this point, I know it's, wait, what? Yes, yeah, I know it's explosive. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. We are crawling our way back into the game, but we have like a maximum of 4 turns before we lose.
You call that
Archmage Forked Lightning. Yes.
Are you ready for this?
Well, I'm gonna be doing Totemic Call anyway, so I might as well do it first. Okay, so next turn I have a total of 14 damage. Depending on this, I might get 15. I just need him not to draw any direct damage. Okay. Is that lethal? No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. That's 7, 10, 17. Yeah, it's not lethal. Okay, if nothing, if he has no damage in his hand, no direct damage, I win the game. We win. Holy shit. 1 health. 1 goddamn health. Oh man, alright. You know what? On that note, on that incredibly tense note, we're gonna cut to a part 2. You'll be able to find a link to part 2 down in the description below. Hope to see you there.